Hello everyone, I'm Randhir Kumar, Senior Trainer and SME for Wireless Technology in Koenig Solution, New Delhi, India. Today's my topic is Radio Resource Management in Wi-Fi, in WLAN, wireless local area network. Sometimes people confused about talking about wireless. Wireless is a very big domain, like comes under microwave, comes for satellite communications, GSM, CDMA networks as a different Bluetooth radio. But no, I'm talking about only Wi-Fi, which relates with WLAN. In short, radio resource management is what is radio? Radio means the antenna who is speaking with the client. It has the real-time information about your wireless as your Wi-Fi and resource management. So whatever it listening from antenna, giving to the controller and control accordingly take decision. That's RMS. So radio resource management contain information on the radio hardware, make it as a resource, processed by controller as an engine, and taking decision for the management purpose and post configuration on the APs to take the decision accordingly. So what's majorly do? RRM analyze traffic load, interference, noise, coverage, and other access point. RRM perform radio resource monitoring, transmit power control, APC, dynamic channel assignment if it is required to change the channel on sometimes. Coverage hole detection and correction. If any point of time any AP fails, like it increase the power of the neighbor APs and it try to cover 60 to 70% of the area which is not covered by the AP failure. So this is how RRM analyze and RRM perform is a part of your radio resource management. When you're talking about radio resource management, you really need to configure it. There is some by default values comes with the controller configuration, not required to tweak it at every time, but sometimes in some major cases you need to tweak about the channel threshold, about the transmit power limit, about the any resource. RRM, radio resource management contains a lot of things. TPC, DPC, DTPC, lot of features comes. Then you have RF group name. So RF group is what? Talking about just minute before I was talking about RF, RRM, and now I'm talking about RF group. RF group is a functionality where we would have a common RRM for multiple controller, and accordingly it will take decision and forwarding to the controller information. So RF group 1, it has APs send and receive neighbor messages, how APs talking to each other. Then controller elect a leader to analyze RF measurement variables and make optimal channel and power decision for the whole system. So whatever the controller is the member of RF group, this leader is selected, and accordingly that leader will decide what RRM decision will be forwarded to a particular controller. So that is important. So neighbor messages are sent to a full power and lowest supported data rate, and detected neighbor messages are forwarded to controller. So it has very specific port number and informations which is required here. So just check this information. UDP port number this, UDP port number this radio, which is need to be noted here. RF logical group. So we have a different RF groups. So some APs are the member of RF group A. So I have one RF group of the controller, and then we have in RF group A, we have AP2, AP3, AP1 on floor 3, and we have different RF group which managed by different controller and which has the another AP like AP3, AP6. But it is possible that two APs can be of the same RF group, two APs from the different subgroup, but can be the member of same RF group on different controller. So that's also is possible as per the diagram. So RF group logical subgroup, AP report information about other AP that they hear. Controller creates logical groups of APs that hear one another, and controller exchange information to link the respective logical group. How it configure? RF group algorithm. It has two choices: either automatically decide who is leader, or you can say no, this controller is the leader, or this controller group is the leader to take decisions. By default, group updated interval is 600 seconds, and group leader name is there. So that is important to configure. But how we can configure it? We need to click on the wireless. In wireless, we need to go to the radios. We have two different radio, A/N and B/G/N. In A/N also we have same information. BGN also have same information, but the data is different. So in RRM option, we have a RF group, and then you need to configure this. So this is how you need to find the options where you can tweak some information. What's RRM do? The first major thing, the first portion of RRM is DCA, dynamic channel assignments. What's do dynamic channel assignment means? AP report load noise 11 interference level to controller. Controller receive the information and compare it to define threshold. Auto RF group leader collect all information and decide whether a channel change is likely to improve the situation, or a projective SNR gain of 5 dB is needed to trigger the change. So this is the situations how controller take decision to change or not to change as per the noise values. So this information is important. Then here you can configure it, your DCA part. Dynamic channel assignments, time channel assignment method, avoid foreign AP interference. So many information. Keep something default, but something you can change. It's not suggest to change unless you don't know the part of it. So like it's better to change something which is very importantly required, like interval, automatic, freeze off, channel width. These are the information is required. Transmit power control is the another major component of RRM. Is like power control. Transmit power control means what? I am controlling the power. Means whenever it's required, I can increase and decrease power. So controller will take decision for the APs. So here itself in the second option, so RF group, TPC, DCA, here's another option for TPC that you can configure for your network. Transmit power control. So here you can go for that. This is your RF group. So this is your RF group, then your TPC, your DCA, and these are the tabs. Minus maximum power level assignment, minimum power level assignment, power neighbor count, automatic, everything you can configure. So this was the RRM sections which I was supposed to discuss here. I hope you will get benefited of it, and you can configure accordingly for the configuration. And thank you for watching my video. And next, I'll come soon for another video. Thanks.